Ladies and gentlemen, I'm now about to read the formal conferral for honorary doctorate, which is our highest academic honour, to Mr. Marty Morrissey.
Very, very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. As I was listening to that citation, I was wondering who the hell was he talking about, to be honest with you. But anyway, here we are. President, faculty members, graduates, families, new friends, like Dr. Kevin Quaid, a great Limerick man who now joins us Clare people as losers in the championship in 2025.
Thanks, Marty.
Now, I just thought I'd mention that to highlight it. A great friend of mine wrote a wonderful song 33 years ago. It's a love song filled with beautiful words that create images that 3 decades and 3 years later is relevant to me as I stand here before you. Showered, sprayed with aftershave that could kill a horse, and dolled up to the nines to the point of even wearing a tie, which I can assure you is not my normal style. Let me quote a few lines from my friend's song. Sometimes I try and understand your reasons. You choose to feel the way you feel about me. And sometimes when I turn around and you're there like today, I want to say, why me? The song Why Me was written by Sean Sherrod, aka Dr. Johnny Logan, my friend. My esteemed colleague that won Eurovision in 1992 in Malmö in Sweden. It was his 3rd victory, as has already been mentioned. Today I share this stage for this momentous occasion with Johnny and his family. And I do ask myself, why me? When I first got a call saying I was being awarded an honorary doctorship by the Longford International College, I was filming a report for 6-1 News about the All-Ireland Hurling Championship in the middle of the fateful fields in Kilcormac, County Offaly, as far away from university as you could possibly get, I can assure you. When I got another call from my friend Karen, a few days later, it dawned on me she was actually serious about this, and this was actually going to happen. I honestly had to take a deep breath. I stood in Croke Park in front of 82,300 people, spoke to millions at this stage on TV and radio over the years, ran after supermodel Cindy Crawford at the Beijing Olympics, shouting, "Hi Cindy, I'm Marty Morrissey from Irish TV." To this day, you might be disappointed to hear that Cindy has never texted me or emailed back. And I just want to say, she better text now to Dr. Marty Morrissey, excuse me. All that being considered, it is a most humbling experience to be awarded an honorary doctorate. And I thank everyone involved who made this fantastic decision. I bet you're regretting it now. It's one thing to be recognised for broadcasting our sport, but it's something else entirely to be honoured by a centre of learning, by a college that stands for access, inclusion, leadership and excellence. Longford International College is not just awarding degrees, it's changing lives. And that to me is one of the highest callings that you could possibly get. I come from the parish of Kilmurry-Bricken in West Clare, comprising 2 villages, Quilty and Mullock, and the townland of Coor. Quilty is between Milltown Malbay and Kilrush and Kilkee on the wild Atlantic Way. We're going very posh in Clare now. We live on the wild Atlantic Way. And when you look out over the Atlantic Ocean from my beautiful village, you can almost see America with a short pit stop on Inishmore, 14 miles away on the distant horizon. It was and is a small fishing village with a strong community ethos and a love affair with sport that never quenches, never dies. I inherited that. I was brought up in the Bronx, New York. My primary education was in St. Anne's, a Dominican convent school where your colour, your nationality did not matter. What mattered was you, your heart, your thoughtfulness, your soul. My parents decided to return to Ireland when I was 10 years of age and bought the only pub, the only dance hall, the only chipper in the village. The only thing we didn't do was a funeral home, to be honest with you. But we were the centre of the universe. At least we thought that. But we weren't. We were an integral part of a wonderful community that I'm very proud of. Like many in Ireland, my upbringing was shaped by 2 institutions that anchored us all. the local Catholic church and the local GA club. They gave rhythm to our weeks. One gave us quiet reflection and the other gave us noise and joy and sometimes heartbreak. I'm referring to our football team mainly there. But both gave us something even more precious, a sense of community, a sense of pride. This is us. This is me. This is where I belong. In towns and villages across Ireland, the GA is more than a game. It is the soul of the parish. It is where we teach our children not just to kick a ball or strike a slither, but how to belong. It's where we learn to win with dignity, lose with grace, and stand shoulder to shoulder with people we may never have met otherwise. And that in many ways is also what education should be. It should bind us together. It should lift people up, not just academically, but emotionally and spiritually. And it should give every single person a chance to say, I belong here. And today you belong to Longford International College. What Longford International College has done so beautifully is reimagine what higher education can be. This college hasn't limited itself to the traditional lecture hall. It has become a bridge between worlds, between sport and business, between lifelong learners and first-time students, between dreams deferred and dreams realised. When I was 16 years of age in St. Flannan's College in Ennis, I hadn't a clue what I wanted to be. Not a notion. My mother wanted me to be a priest, but I discovered girls, and that ended mother's dream completely. I got enough points to go to UCC, but I was too young, very unsettled, and changed courses. But in truth, I didn't really apply myself academically. But I really should have been given a PhD in socialising when I was 17 years of age. I partied every night. Hence, the Marty Party was born, and I was only still in college. And it's still going strong to this day. The funny thing is, I never drank alcohol, never smoked, but was the last one home every night. Before I found a microphone, I found a classroom. I trained as a teacher, and in truth, I think I'll always be one. Some of my proudest moments were spent not on the sideline in Croke Park, but on the sideline of school pitches, helping boys and girls who didn't always get along, but came together under one team. We had parishes in Clare where rivalries ran deep. Many matches between my own club, Kinmurray Bricken, and the neighbours, Miltown Malbay and to the south Doonbeg, were abandoned or finished 12-a-side. But we loved the rows as well, let me be honest, right? But when you pull on that same jersey, in this case the school jersey, and fight for the same point, something changes. You learn to trust, you learn to lead, and you learn to forgive, and you learn to be one. And that's what sport and education have in common. They're engines of transformation. They don't just produce athletes or graduates. They produce people, resilient, empathetic, determined people who are ready to serve. And let's not forget, leadership isn't always about having the loudest voice or the fanciest title. Leadership is about showing up, listening. And listening to me, even as a broadcaster, is one of the great gifts. It's just to listen to what people are saying. Lifting someone when they're fallen. It's about saying, you can do this, even when they're not sure themselves. Despite what you see today, let me assure you, I was not always sure of myself, far from it. I started my broadcasting in the back of a tractor and trailer in West Clare. Very fancy, as you can imagine. Croke Park was not 160 miles away, but 160,000 miles away. I was rejected for 4 years by RTE, who were the only broadcaster at the time in Ireland, before somebody believed in me, somebody trusted me and gave me a chance, and gave me a career that I've loved. So what I would say to all of you, be resilient, be courageous, always be courteous. You can give out at home if you want, but don't say it to anybody. But never give up on your dream, whatever that may be. Never, ever give up. You heard it from Johnny, who's won so many Eurovision, an international star. And I feel very inadequate, although we're great friends beside Johnny Logan, I can assure you. In today's world, one that sometimes feels more divided than ever, we need institutions that champion inclusion, that make space for the voices on the margins, that understand that diversity is not a buzzword, but a blessing. Wouldn't we all be so boring if we were all the same? Look the same. Can you imagine 5 million Marty Morrisseys in Ireland? Jesus, I'd be scared of that myself, to be honest with you. I've travelled across Ireland covering stories for RTE, and I can tell you this country is changing. Our towns are more multicultural, our accents are more varied, and that is a beautiful thing. But for that beauty to flourish, we need educational institutions like Longford to lead the way in inclusion, not just in theory, but in action. Every person deserves a chance to succeed, to contribute, to lead. Whether you're from Ballymena, Ballina, or Baghdad, education must be the great equaliser, not the great divider. And Longford International College is unique and is living proof that this vision is possible. To the class of 2025, I say this with all my heart. You've done something incredible. You've crossed the finish line. You've earned your place in the stage, on this stage. But more than that, you've shown yourselves and the world what you're capable of. Now, more than ever, the world needs you. We need you in classrooms and boardrooms, in communities and companies, on pitches and in parliaments. We need your energy, your perspective, your passion. Your education is not just a qualification, it really is a launchpad. So use it boldly and wisely. And when the doubts come, as they will, remember this greatness rarely announces itself with trumpets. It begins in small, everyday choices. Showing up for your team, in saying yes to the hard work, in speaking up to when it would be easier to stay silent. Never give up and be strong. I look around this room and I see future leaders, mentors, volunteers, educators, and storytellers. I see a generation not afraid to care deeply and act boldly. To President Emeritus Vincent English, you've been a great friend over the last 2 weeks, and I appreciate it, and thank you. To Professor Tony Birch, the President, and Ruth Forrest, who I met before, but I didn't know until today, the Vice President, and the entire Longford team, thank you for this incredible honour. They say it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a team to broadcast any programme. There is no I in the word team. I accept this great honour on behalf of my wonderfully talented colleagues, from producers, editors, cameramen and women, to all the communities across Ireland who welcome me with open arms and into their homes. Thank you for letting me tell your stories. I'll keep doing it for as long as they will continue to let me. And to everyone here, I leave you with the words of one of our greatest poets, Seamus Heaney. Believe that a further shore is reachable from here. And they're beautiful words. It kind of endorses what I was saying about a launch pad, but he says it way better than me. Believe that a further shore is reachable from here. So let's build bridges, let's play the game, let's tell the story, let's party as much as we can, let's never stop learning. And Johnny Logan, I know that I was going to sing us a song. I haven't told him that already, but anyway. Sorry, Johnny, I thought I'd land that on you. Thank you again, and thank you for listening to me. Thank you.